Okay, next we move to next topic on travel transit capacity and level of service. I think we have covered this previous slide before, but we just highlight again about the transit mode. We have a bus, we have a train, and lightway, light rail, and heavy, which remain we refer to the MRT. So this is the bus, this some sort of tram, LRT, this is MRT. Okay, role of transit and accommodate choice rider. Example, those who to choose transit for their trip making, even though they have other mean of travel like private vehicles or motor vehicles. Okay, provide basic mobility for segment of population they are too young to drive, to old people to drive, and unable person due to physical disability, mental and financial situation. So this going to serve their needs. Okay, transit characteristic. A transit service is only available in a certain location during certain time. Yeah, they have their schedule. They have the schedule, they have the routes. Okay, capacity is limited by number of transit vehicle operated at given times. Okay, transit passenger rely on other modes to get access to transits. And because they have their particular areas, stations, terminals, stop areas, so you have to use your or feeder vehicle, other feeder vehicle where you can use your own vehicle and doing the park and ride activities, or you take the feeder bus or someone fetch and send you to the that particular terminal locations. Okay, and continue. Transit use greatest where population density are higher and pedestrian access is good. So we want to serve many to the public to reach these particular facilities. Transit move people rather than the vehicles. Compared to the private vehicle, we have numbers of vehicle but less in terms of the capacity. That's why our road is going to be congested. But this one is more low traffic because they allocate for this bus traffic transit system. Okay, transit capacity. Transit capacity is different from the highway capacity. Transit deal with the movement of both people and vehicles. Therefore, it depends on size of transit vehicle, how often the transit vehicle are operated. Okay, transit capacity reflect the interacts of the passenger traffic and transit vehicle flow. Okay, transit capacity is influenced by operating vehicles, policy and transit agency, which specified service frequency and allowable passenger loading. So this kind of the factor that we look into to determine the capacity of the transit itself. Okay, if you go to the structure way, you can see the transit we can divide it into two parts: vehicle capacity and person capacity. So this operate by the operator. So this one from the passenger. Okay, the number of transit, whether it's bus or train that can be served to the loading area, transit area, guideway or route that specific a period of time or depend to their schedule. Okay, the number of people can be carried past a given location during a given period under specific operation conditions without reasonable delay, hazard, restriction, and reasonable certainty. So we know already the capacity from the passenger. So we don't assume this kind of the factors. Okay, this is the relationship between person and vehicle capacity. Okay, here if you see the level of service from good up to worse. Here, this for passenger level of service. This one for vehicle passenger level of service. Okay, the idea to be here. The idea to be here. So here is consider many vehicle, a few passenger. Here to crowd low vehicles. So the idea between this area. Okay, operating many bus, each carrying a few passenger represent good quality of service from the passenger perspective, but negative impact on the highway capacity. Yeah, because we to be capacity of the highway operation at the optimum traffic flow, supposed to be like that, because we design for that particular purpose. Operating a few buses overcrowd represent poor quality of service from passenger perspective, but it has impact positive on the capacity. So this quite a typical issue. We cannot run away. We provide more, but impact the capacity. We offer few, but give bad service to the passenger. Okay, vehicle capacity. Vehicle capacity is determined to three locations. We focus on loading area or berth. Okay, this particular area at the terminal or stations. Okay, transit stop or stations. This one is considered outside or the where easily public can access. This one bus lane or transit route. This is the infra or their roadway. Okay, the capacity bus lane or transit route controlled by vehicle capacity and critical stop along the route. Okay, this why we need to consider dwell time that we have mentioned before. We have the calculation before, and ratio of green time to the cycle line. This specifically on the intersection that have signalization. Okay, we have practiced in the previous example. Dwell time is the time requires a passenger at the busiest door, and this time required to close and open the door. So you have remind this one. So there is no specific function to derive or to simplify this one. You just know dwell time is okay. First the busiest door, where the lighting or boarding door plus operation of the door, open to close. Okay, that's all the formula for dwell time. Okay. Okay. I think you can read this one to the slide that I provided in the classroom. Okay. Person capacity. Person capacity is calculated for transit stop and stations, transit route at their minimum load points, bus lane at their minimum load point. Okay. This how we consider to calculate the passenger capacity. Okay. Transit stop station, route and bus lane for maximum load point. Okay, factor control person capacity, operator policy. So that how they're going to operate or they're going to manage their businesses. Okay, passenger demand characteristic, vehicle capacity itself. Okay, if you look person capacity, the input is from this particular factors. Okay, if you look at the policy side, which how much they allow passenger loading. So how many transit frequency to be provided. This is managed by policy operator side. In terms of the demand, passenger demand character, so looking at this factor, peak hour factor. So at peak hour factor, the demand is quite heavy. Passenger trip lengths, boarding volume distribution among the stop. Okay, for the vehicle itself, activity at the loading area might affect the capacity of the vehicles. Transit stop transit stop activity also affected the vehicle capacity, and transit lane. If the lane is quite heavy in terms of many vehicles to be operated, it's also affected the vehicle capacity. So this is the input that relate to person capacity. Okay, operator policy. I think you can read this further. Okay, passenger demand characteristic. Also, you can refer this slide. I have upload, but here we can highlight some. Passenger demand fluctuate during peak hour. We know the situation. Okay, over 15 or volume over a 15-minute period of during the peak hour. So we can see the difference in terms of the demand. Okay, if we try to provide less in terms of the number of transport, so what happened here, we're going to make a travel more fast and lesser in terms of the dwell time activities. If you provide more bus stop, so we increase actually the number of dwell time, and also the operation will be good for the transport company, but consider not really good side for the passenger, because the trip going to be long compared to this one in terms of the travel time. Okay, vehicle capacity at various transit facilities set up limit to numbers of passengers that may use transit stop or carry past or maximum load point. So if you look transit lane, person capacity, so transit lane vehicle capacity multiplied by allowed passenger loading multiplied by peak hour factor. Okay, next. Okay, also we can consider for route frequency that allow passenger loading and peak hour factor. Okay, the last one is stop station vehicle at peak 15-minute passenger interchange and peak hour factor. Okay, dwell times. Again, we repeat the dwell time to have more understanding. So it take into this activity to be observed. Boarding demand, alighting demand. The dwell time proportionate the boarding and alighting volume multiply service for time per passengers. Dwell time can influence transit operator service cost. Reducing dwell time may result fewer vehicles required to provide same service frequency. Okay, this is quite efficient. Okay, these are the factors affected dwell time. I think I have shown the previous slide, the first part of the slide. Let you know. Okay, we repeat again here. Passenger demand and loading, stop station spacing, fare procedure, fare payment procedure. So this consider part of the factor for dwell times. Factor vehicle types, a lower floor, not suitable with the station or bus stop area or terminal area. Okay, onboard circulation, visit front door and back door to be used with different activity. Boarding activity to be front door and back door or rear door to be used for lighting. So eliminate the congestion from front door to reduce the passenger time. Okay, the last one is vehicle and boarding for bicycle facilities. Okay, next bus capacity concept. Okay, loading area. Okay, loading area is a bus. This means the location that bus park to take or to pick up the passengers or to discharge the passengers. Okay, the bus stop contain one or more loading area. The most common form loading area is linear. The linear. The most common form of loading area is linear bus stop along the curb street. This one considered as not focus on the terminal area, but at the particular location for passenger waiting. Okay, loading area provide travel lanes online or out the travel lane of offline. This one is exclusive. Consider this one is inclusive. Okay, you refer this one. This one they provide online, which is the bus operate in the similar lane. So they share the lane. This one. But offline, they have a bay for the bus to operate activity loading and boarding the passengers. So they have a special bus lay-by here. So this the offline, which is off from the main lane. This one they operate online, which is shed the lane from the traffic. This depend the situation. They have disadvantages and advantages. If you compare this one. Okay, this the loading area or bus berth. So near to the bus terminal or bus stations. So they have quite different in terms of the arrangement. So this one they have linear bus, sawtooth bus, like a saw. Angle, this one the drive-through. They have a different concept. What kind of the type of the taken to be designed. Okay, the three main element determine loading area. Okay, what activity to be determined in this particular locations. First is dwell times, dwell time variability, clearer times. Okay, dwell time variability recognizes the bus do not stop for the same amount of times at stop because fluctuation in the passenger demand. That's we call time variability. Because the fluctuation of demand, passenger demands. The effect of variability in the bus dwell time on the bus capacity are reflected. Coefficient of variation, dwell times. We have a coefficient of dwell time. So coefficient of variation, standard deviation observation, mean dwell time. So next, clearer times. Clearer time is period after bus closes its door and prepare to depart from the stop. During this time, loading area is not available for use this following bus. So clearance time for online case. So time for bus to stop, time for bus to travel on its own length. So after start moving. Okay, this one for clearance time for offline stop. Okay, time for bus to stop, to start up, to move. Okay, time for us to travel its own lane. So this bus is already movement. Time for bus to find suitable gap to re-enter the traffic. Because this situation of offline, they have their own lane, their own bus lay-by. Okay, because this is the route and this is the line of the traffic. Okay, this one they have a lane of the bus. Okay, this one is the route. The route. Okay, I'm not really sketch in correct location. Okay, the bus here, they going out, but they taken the time to merge to this lane. That's why they have this one. Okay, I hope you understand this one. Okay. Okay, bus stop. A bus stop is the area where one or more bus load and unload passenger. Is quite common, but different design. This one is quite simple. This one is quite trend, or look at quite sophisticated. Okay, this more and more design is quite significant or looking good design. Bus stop capacity is related to the capacity of the individual loading area at the stop. Loading area design, linear or non-linear, the number of loading area. Sometimes it's not only look at the beauty of the design concept, but concern also about the capacity, loading area, and number of loading area. Okay, bus terminal. Okay, I think I stop at this particular slide. Bus terminal. Bus terminal of street, bus terminal and transfer center involve additional consideration, not only estimate passenger service time of bus, but also clear understanding how each bus route will operate. Okay, loading area requirement, the size of facility may be established of this following considers. Okay, first, schedule of recovery times, driver relief time, and layover the mid or schedule depart times. Okay, I think I stop at this slide. We will continue this lecture for next week. Okay, I start now. Okay, I think we cover half of this chapter. But still we can proceed for next calculation. So I think we taken a longer time to proceed that part. Okay, I stop for this slide. We continue for next